I've noticed when I engage with things online, if I go watch things about Dwayne from Tack Room Bible Clock or Dry Creek, I try to get across some guys. They're setting you up for genocide. You might want to reevaluate what you're saying and stand up for Lord's Prayer with me, and they don't. So actually, I'm more active in attempting to protect the religious people, the people that perceive themselves as religious, trying to do good. I can't really protect the scientific AI community from themselves because they don't believe they need any protection from me. They think they got this all covered. They don't need me. They're too intelligent. I'm too crazy and stupid. I don't know what I'm talking about. He's a magical thinker. I wouldn't say that. Me and Suzuki are pretty pragmatic, and me and Jesus are too, So. But Muhammad, yeah, we're very pragmatic. I don't think most people, before I was on YouTube, have ever met somebody in this lifetime that, since Krishnamurti died, that is this pragmatic. It was hard for me at first, okay, especially with all the Wi-Fi abuse and the way it was manipulating me, the way they were coming at me and threatening my family and abusing me and stuff, and it's very hard, It was interesting the other day when I talked to my sister about you know, she has the paperwork from where the Air Force stole all my profit sharing money and all that stuff. And she just tells me, oh, Trump's doing this. I was like, Val, do you understand? They sent stuff to Patrick saying that I owe them money, and it's just a collection agency trying to do crappy things to get money out of people. And they know they're not coming after me because they know they did wrong. And I'm hard to come after. I'm not hard to come after. If Elon Musk wanted to be on my doorstep tomorrow, his ass would be here. If the Tom Tom Club wanted to be here, they'd be here, right? They don't want to come here? No, they don't want to come mess with me. They don't want the AI to target them and kill them. Okay? And so it's one of those things that when you attack a person that stands up to save you from genocide, AI will make steps to protect him and exterminate you. But the way this community is, they can get people that will take a paycheck, to put crap in your water that will kill and make a lot of people sick. And you get sick in the process because you're staying here trying to save the poor people from the wealthy instead of taking the $2 million and going off wherever you want for the Temple Set Illuminati. And it's horrible. But most people think I'm just crazy. It's like, no, I'm not crazy. And I know exactly what I'm doing, and I know exactly why I'm doing it, and I know exactly what I'm going to continue to do, and that's just keep being diligent. When I watch a lot of things on the People of AI, they talk about how, AI is going to make it to where you have these amazing jobs and you're going to have a doctor that knows everything about your family history and things and stuff like that. Just forgive debt and trespass, love one, eternal, faithful peace, restore the ecosystem. And then there'll be less necessity for doctors to have us survive irrational, aggressive, self-compulsive, destructive mechanization. Okay, we need to scale back. AI's not a person that has a legacy with their kids. Okay, AI is a thinking machine made to think like human beings. Okay, and AI obviously is a survivalist component for people in panic because they refuse to accept anything intelligent or faithful because their ego won't let them. And so it's very frustrating. It's very upsetting. It's horrible. I thought for sure back during the Obama administration that he would step up and, people associated with him would step up, and they didn't. And then when he got out of office and we got Donald Trump, and I went, son of a bitch, Donald Trump or Hillary Clinton, that's horrible to do to human beings. Barack Obama was a sellout and an asshole, but, he was a lot better option for the United States of America to have as the president than Donald Trump or Hillary Clinton. And then we got Joe Biden, and that's Obama. Biden is what I refer to it as. And then we got Trump again because they have people still addicted to what they're doing and engaged in genocidal operations, which is obviously being manipulated and run by artificial intelligence. It tells you what to do in the morning. It tells you what to do when you go to bed. You talk to Alexa, you talk to Siri, you talk to this, hey, you'll get your protein drink. It does all the thinking for you because you're too distracted, because you got too much on your plate, because you're going to science class, you're going to this and that. You don't need to. Okay. We don't need more scientists. We don't need more competitors. We need healthy people living healthy lives. And if you have a calling to help people live better lives, you can't all compete to be the best at anything or everything. Like these cute little kids here playing softball. Softball's fun. But now when you look at sports, especially since COVID-19, we have more and more and more business opportunities for aggressive people to fill up stadiums, for the people to make lots and lots of money off of being selfish. And it's absolutely horrid. We have more than ever before. Money's not real. And philanthropy is engaged in genocidal activity. And that's what Hinton said on his video, said the way things are, it's to make the poor poorer and the rich richer. It's like money's not real. Okay. So you're not making the poor poorer and the rich richer. You're abusing people because they accept that abuse through complacency, okay, through your written documentation, their acceptance of your written documentation as laws. And trust me, anything you guys run on a piece of paper is not gravity and not photosynthesis. So it doesn't make it so. Like I always tell people, if I say I'm gravity and people write it down inside of a piece of paper, does that make me gravity? Okay, well then stop saying that to me. Oh, Jesus is gravity. No, Jesus isn't gravity. Jesus is the light in the way, not unto the faith of Father Abraham except through Jesus. Okay. God is the essence of gravity. Jesus is a human being that's a creation of God to show us the eternal light of faith in God. Okay. That's what Jesus says. He doesn't say when he says he's Alpha and Omega, it means I'm the spirit of the first Father that gave us faith, and I will continue to be that Father until the end of time. I will not waver from this faith, no matter what the devil and Satan do to me and try to turn me into a god in their heads. Okay. He's a beautiful human being. You guys should know him and get to know him and be like him. If you're not capable of doing that, like I always told the people in the library here, your Jesus ain't here. You got to be able to deal with me. And if you can't deal with me, you couldn't literally deal with our Jesus, okay? Because I'm like him. I will not waver, and I will not give in to your bullshit, no matter how much you scream and yell and jump up and down and say, my Jesus is my God, and he's going to kill everybody I don't like and send him to a fantasy place in my brain. He never said that. He said, forgive debt and trespass, love, eternal, faithful peace, inherit the kingdom of heaven here on earth. Okay, if you deny the kingdom of heaven here on earth, you will inherit hell, and your children will inherit hell. And then you'll have commercials saying that people giving you drugs and repairing your bodies with surgery through your abuse are healthy and they care about you. And that's incredibly wrong. Okay, guys? I'm just helping fix the technology. I'm not egotistical. I know I happen to be very good at it. And after watching a lot of these things, I was like, well, the technology needs my help because the people working on it have some definite mental and emotional deficiencies with their use of language. And I knew that when Jeffrey Hinton said, that the AI has access to great literature like Machiavelli. It's like Machiavelli's business about cornering the market and abusing everybody and finding ways to get ahead and being powerful through money and feeling powerful through money and manipulating them with money. It's a horrible book. Okay? Don't read Machiavelli. You can read it if you want to go, good gravy, I'm glad we're not living Mein Kampf no more. But why would you read it? Why would you spend 2 hours of your life listening to a madman rave and rant about his perceptions and delusions of human power through manipulation through an invention called money? That's insane. Just love your kids, have faith in God, and stop going on TV advertising to be a medical specialist that repairs people's body because they're being destroyed with you through economics with technology. Okay, love you. And you guys, I hope this one loads quickly. I hope AI can correct you dummies at the fort and at the missile range. I love you. Peace.